Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. We've had some bright days over here, and we've also had some really rainy and kind of dull days. And during this time, we kind of amused ourselves with the usual household activities like picking peas from our balcony garden and, generally doing stuff around the house. But every once and again, with the rain and all that, one feels like he or she needs to escape. And there was a lot of restlessness growing within all of us. So, this is exactly what we did. We took a few days off and we escaped to a place that's very beautiful and also kind of magic in a way. So, I would like to show you where we've been and how we enjoyed ourselves over there. We took a bus and we went quite close to us to a place called Loket. Loket means elbow in Czech. It's a town in the Sokolov district of Karlovy Vary region, and it has about 3,100 inhabitants. The town center features the Loket Castle, and this is a 12th century Gothic castle. And it's the town itself. The town is very well preserved and protected under the law as an urban monument reservation. A little bit about the history of the town and the castle. Loket Castle was built on a landmark promontory within the Oche river bend. The name Loket actually means elbow, so bend in the river. The town itself was mentioned for the first time in 1234, and it arose below the castle. Fortifications to the castle began in the 15th century, and the town was turned into an important focal point for the Bohemian crown. In the 19th century, the town became famous for its local porcelain factory. From 1938 to 1945, it was one of the municipalities of Sudetenland. In 1945, the German population was expelled according to Beneš decrees. And finally, the castle was opened to the public in the 20th century after undergoing complete renovation. Among the famous visitors of Loket was the German poet Johann Wolfgang Goethe. He often and gladly stayed in the area of Western Bohemian spas, and he spent time in Loket, although briefly, without remaining overnight. A notable place outside the castle itself is the Hotel the White Horse, one of the oldest in Europe. It was built in the middle of the 16th century. Goethe dropped by and stayed here 7 times during his visits to Loket. In 2005, the hotel received the cast of the James Bond movie Casino Royale. We were delighted by the views offered around the town, and overall, the castle looked very spooky in a way, very old and very spooky. And that was part of the fun, I would have to admit. The castle also features a torture chamber and a lot of gruesome details about tortures and all kinds of punishments in the Middle Ages. So it was a bit tough to go there. I shortened this account during this current video because I do not want it to be too shocking. such splendid views. Very, very interesting, very beautiful. It felt like going to a fairy tale world where dragons, flew by and princesses in distress awaited for knights in shiny armors um, within their towers. It's not a very big castle, but it has lots of steps and small corridors. The bedrock is still visible in some parts, and it just gives the whole place such an authentic feel. This is the main square with a well, and as you can tell, it's very deep. And porcelain collections. Some of these were actually produced here in Loket, or actually nearby in the towns around Loket. I normally find visiting museums quite a dull experience, especially when I go with my son. But this time it was quite fun. I mean, the kid thoroughly enjoyed it, um, and he was a little bit terrified by the torture chamber. That's why we cut that visit short. It's amazing how many intricate and awful ways people have come up with to torture each other, kill each other, and in general make each other miserable. And I guess this cruelty is part of human nature as well. And to some extent, we want to protect children and tell them that, you know, everything is safe and there is no evil. But um, I think it's healthier to tell them that, yes, people sometimes do awful things. And the best way to never experience these things or never do these things yourself is to understand just how harmful they are, and to understand that there is evil in the first place. Back up the steps and ready for a new collection within the castle. And this time we had to go again through the interior yard. Actually, we could have been around, we could have gone around, but sometimes you want to shorten the distance. So we saw some armor and some painted rooms. I particularly like these ceilings. So much care in decorating every little bit of that ceiling. Very interesting and very sweet. Nowadays, people don't like this kind of things anymore. They like very simplistic decoration, very standard IKEA stuff. Not that I have anything against IKEA, but it's just the uniformity of nowadays living that bothers me a little bit. Here is a little bit about the meteorite that fell in the village of Loket in the year 1400. So, a big chunk of rock fell from outer space and it's largely made of an alloy of nickel and iron, and it's known as the Loket iron ore or Elbogen. And well, it's now well, a big part of it, not the whole meteorite, but a chunk of it is on display in the castle, together with a large collection of minerals and some semi-precious stones. A local legend talks about Srakakal, who is a gnome and is annoying children who have got messy hair. He pursues the children with a hairbrush and slaps their back with a book. Well, that's not a very nice gnome after all, but it's all a legend, of course. Here is a mine in miniature, and here is an apothecary, a pharmacy, um, as they used to look in the olden days. And of course, the painted ceilings. This one is a very colorful one. Here we are in a fairy tale land, as I said. This is one of my favorite parts. Going up the watchtower, and the view from the top was stunning. And I loved that dragon too. It gives such a fairy tale feel to the whole experience. Here we are. This is the terminal point, the highest point in the whole building. So you will see in a second the view from the top. And I'm going to show you, it's breathtaking. I like the beams themselves, the intricate play of beams, probably all of them handcrafted in their original form. Here's the view. Thank you for coming on the trip with me. See you again next time.